Hello guys, welcome to Choco Millionaire. I hope you are doing very fine. Happy weekend. So flagpoling, I've done a couple of videos on flagpoling, giving practical experiences of other people. Flagpoling is one of the options that people can make a claim or a request for a certain immigration document from the Canadian Border Services by doing it at the border, the landed border, which is between Canada and the United States. I will not be using this video to actually explain what flagpoling is. I'm just going to focus on the aspect of what the topic is about. Now, there are different border points to actually do a flagpole. I live in Niagara, and in Niagara, we do have 4 different borders here. One of them I normally don't, just because I'm not too familiar with that area there. But in Niagara, we have 4 different. We have Rainbow, we have Peace Bridge, we have Lewiston, and we have Whirlpool, all right? When you go outside of Niagara, there are other border points here, also in Ontario. Now, if you live outside of Ontario, there are probably other border points as well. I'm going to focus on one particular border point called Sarnia. So in Sarnia, the border there is called the Blue Water Bridge, located in Point Edward, Ontario, which is in Sarnia. I've been there once. I took 2 different Nigerian families there. It wasn't the easiest of an experience at all. I remember sharing that video where we went there in the night and they wouldn't do it for us because of what? Basically, it was a long process. We ended up sleeping in Sarnia in my van throughout the whole night, only to do it in the morning. And by the time we finished, my entire 24 hours was gone trying to get a flagpole done. It wasn't an easy experience, but to the glory of God, we were able to do it. That happened last year. Recently, people have also reached out to say that, Choco, we went to Sarnia and the experience has not been good at all. It's been horrible. Quite a number of people have reached out. In fact, I literally just got off the phone with a couple from Ghana who also went to do the flagpole there at Sarnia, and the experience was horrible. We have Peace Bridge. All right. We have the experience was horrible. And basically, it's turning out that when people get there, from what they are saying, it looks like the officers are deliberately frustrating them, not giving them, oh, why are you doing a flagpole here? And you go and do it online, go and apply online. There is no urgency to your case. It doesn't look like there's an urgency. Why are you coming here to do it? Go and do it online, And one particular guy, Kenyan guy, he said he was so frustrated to the point that, in fact, he and the wife, one of them is an international student, and the other partner is on a visitor's visa. So he's looking to convert the visitor's visa of this partner to a spousal open work permit. And so they went there to do a flagpole. They went with the marriage documents and what have you. And according to them, the officer asked questions like, kind of basically doubting and casting like all kinds of doubting the credibility of their marriage and stuff. I said, look, if I was there, I would have made a big scene out of that. But because it's one thing to have a perception, but it's another thing to call somebody who is married, with the proof of their partner with them right there and marriage document, to kind of suggest that their marriage is not what it is. That could be a big thing if somebody decides to make something out of that. All right? The guy was frustrated. In fact, that day, the guy said when he left there, he felt so bad. How on earth could the officer say this about my marriage? That marriage is, my wife is right here with me. We're both here. Anyway, that is about a Kenyan family. This family I just spoke with, they also went there, the same line of frustration. There is no urgency to your case. According to the officer, go and do it online. And sometimes the line of questioning has a way of just making you just give up. So if you're watching this video and you're planning to do a flagpole, especially for your partner, and you plan on going to Sarnia, the Blue Water Bridge, you probably want to think twice. Most likely you're going to run into the same side. It looks as though, from the pattern of reports that are coming out, that it looks as though maybe some people working there have just decided not to issue the permits or process people for flagpole. So no matter what you do there, they just will frustrate you and send you back. All right. If you've had better experiences at other border points here in Ontario, please do share it so that people can learn from those locations, the experiences, and also use it to improve their prospects of getting the permits issued when they go and do the flagpole. This couple, they are hoping to, try other border points. I live in Niagara, so Niagara is one of the places that people come. In fact, the Niagara borders here are the busiest of all the borders in the whole of Canada. They process a lot more travelers than any other border in Canada. So Niagara is also pretty busy. But if you come in at the right time, you could possibly get your flagpole processing done, both on the American side and then on the Canadian side. If you're deciding to do this in the morning, you must be aware. Flagpoles start at 8 a.m. In Niagara, flagpoles start at 8 a.m. and they have a certain number of flagpoles that they process. By the time they finish issuing them, they're done. I'm telling you from people's experience, so listen to this well. In Niagara, where there are 4 border points, the Rainbow Bridge, Lewiston, Whirlpool, and the Peace Bridge, flagpoles are done from 8 a.m. They don't do it from 8 a.m. to forever. They have a certain target or number of, the moment they go through those numbers, boom, they're done. No matter who comes after that, sometimes within few minutes into it, they're already done because they've already received those, they've processed the number of cases they want and then they are done for the day. So it's about getting the timing right. You ought to get the timing right. Here is one thing I learned the last time as well that I was at the US border. Because they start at 8 a.m., if you do not have a US visa and you appear at the American side for your flagpole paperwork or paper, and you actually go to the American side before 8 a.m., the American border officers are likely going to tell you they will not release you back into Canada until 8 a.m. In fact, the last time I was there with some people to flagpole, this was exactly what happened. On the day of the explosion, they said they were not going to release us. We were there around 7:20 in the morning. They were not going to release us until about 8 a.m. And I was furious. I was angry. I'm like, what is happening? Why can't you release us so we can go back and wait on the Canadian side? The officer was like, no, when we release people too early and they go to the Canadian side, Canada does not process the flagpole because they don't start until 8 a.m. So what they end up doing is that they end up sending the people back to the US again for another flagpole paper. I hope somebody is catching it. So you basically have to be on the Canadian side just by 8 a.m. Anything too early, the Canadian side will not entertain you wanting to park your car and just sit in their parking lot and will be waiting for what time. They will tell you to leave. And when you leave, your paper that you brought as a flagpole paper from the US is already expired. You have to go back and get another one. So therefore, you probably, especially if you don't have your US visa and you're flagpoling, you probably want to be on the Canadian side of the border at least by 7:40 thereabout. Maybe 10 minutes to go through the American border checks. By 7:50, maybe you are done. The American side may decide to hold you in there a little bit for some few minutes. And then when it is 8 o'clock on the dot, they will release all of you, not just you, everybody who is in there waiting for flagpole. They're going to release all of you and say you can head back to Canada for flagpole. So they release you at 8. It might take 2-3 minutes to get to the Canadian side. So you are there by 8:03 thereabout or 8:04. And then if you walked, there is a special building you go through to get your clearance on the Canadian side. If you are driving, you have to go through the booth where a border officer will speak to you and blah, blah, blah. And then after that, they will show you where to go park your vehicle. And then you go in the building. And then if you are duly processed and they think that you have the required documents, they will probably process your document for you there for flagpole. So all I'm trying to say is that I'm getting a bad vibe about Sarnia Blue Water Bridge border. So if you're planning to go there, at least this could be something. I'm not saying don't go there. I'm saying that just know that people are saying that that place is beginning to look a little bit, you know what I mean? So think twice, maybe do your research and find out if there are other borders that are more friendlier for doing flagpole so that you can actually go there and do your flagpole. In case somebody is watching and you're wondering what is flagpole, I'll be linking a video under the comment section of my YouTube channel or in my comment section. Make sure you watch it to the end. I don't care if you watch it or not. I'm not going to explain what flagpole means in this video. Make sure before you show up at the border, you understand what flagpole is. Because some of you don't care about details and information, isn't it? All you care about is that somebody is on a visitor's visa, went there, do this, and then you carry yourself and you go and embarrass yourself. Worldly embarrassment, global embarrassment. Because you don't care about understanding this. You care about, oh, some of you actually will assume, oh, Choko is saying you can come on a visitor's visa and just go to the border and go and do flagpole. Is that what I said in this video? Okay. I know you won't watch. I've told you there is a video, detail, or you can even use Google to Google and understand what flagpole, but you won't do it. Your brain is sweeting you. You are going to Canada border. You can come here with a visitor's visa. Agent is also going to collect money from you like that and tell you when you come here, you can go and then do flagpole. When you go and it over you, make sure you don't look for me, because when you look over me, I'll over you too on top. All right? Flagpole for you. God bless you and thanks for watching. Have a good day. See you on the other side. Bye-bye.